Hello, today's November 29th, 2020, and I just wanted to make a quick YouTube video about the importance of taking profits. Anytime you're up, whether it's investing in stocks or Bitcoin or it really doesn't matter what it's in. Always take profits. Anytime you make a large gain, because, like for example, Bitcoin, made it all the way up to over 18,000. I think it's 18,600, 18,700, something like that. But it pulled back a little bit this week, to 16,000. So nothing terrible, but anytime that you're up 5-10% or more, take profits. I personally day trade, so I take profits pretty much, every day. And then, I'll reinvest it. I'll go back and, I'll keep it. I'll take a small percentage of the profits out for myself, regardless. No matter what happens, no matter, if I make $100, I'm going to keep 10 or so, and just for myself. Just to do whatever with. And, eventually, that's how I bought this car I'm sitting in right now, is just taking profits. But it's very important to reinvest. Don't get me wrong, reinvest your in what you're doing when you're making money. But when you get so far ahead, you got to take profits just to be safe. Another thing that I've been into is, I gamble on football games, but I take prop bets that that they're not going to be any. I'll bet that there will not be an overtime, say in this NCAA football games. I keep a record of all my bets on Twitter and also my stock picks as well, but. Anyways, I took, $150 profit this weekend, just because I could. There's a 99% chance there's not going to be an overtime, so in the football game. And so, I just let compound interest work, all day long yesterday, and I started at 12 o'clock. The first college football game, all the way down till to midnight, and at the end of the day, I was up over 200%. So I more than doubled my money. So and instead of just keep gambling and then losing your money, I just take my profits out. So everything I've got left in there is nothing but gains, just profit I made. So really, I can't lose. Personally, I still take it as a loss because it's technically my money. So, and I hate to lose even a dollar. But I take the same approach with stocks. Penny stocks or whatever. I always, reinvest dividends in. If I was a long-term investor like Apple or something, don't get me wrong, but if Apple's up, goes up 10% or something, and there's nothing wrong with with taking a small profit and just lock in gains. Basically, that's the main thing. Is you don't want to go up 10 or 20% on a stock. Like for example. Ticker symbol SNDL, Sundial. It's a marijuana stock, and basically that stock's down 10-20%, and then it's up 10-20%. It does you no good to go up 10-20% just to lose it all back the next day. So it's key to have a stop loss in place, and so that way you'll never lose more than you can afford to in the first place. Always protect your principal. But if you're up, you might as well take take part of that money out and put it into something safe. Invest it in like either Apple or whatever, Tesla. I mean, these are safer stocks in my opinion. I know they can go down as well, but just always put a stop loss in. Or like for example, Bitcoin. Anytime Bitcoin's under 10,000, I'm buying, and then I'm reselling as soon as it goes over 10,000, because it personally doesn't have any. It's all speculation. I mean, it's not like a company where you can see, you can see what it's making or anything like that. But I mean, that's my take on it. I personally deal with a lot of Bitcoin just because I'm also into gambling at, say, Bovada. To me, taking a bet on a prop bet's 99% chance of winning is just as good as putting your money in stocks or say options, for example. But the key thing is always take profits. You put your money in. If you win 10 times in a row and then you lose on that 11th time, it doesn't matter. If you took profits all the way through, then you've made 10 times what you started out with on your investment. It's just that easy. But generally most people, unfortunately, don't take the, where they mess up is, it's basically risk management. I mean, either, no matter what you're in, stocks, like I said, or with your gambling on a football game or whatever, you've got to know what you're able to lose and be willing, understand that you can lose it, whether it be in a stocks, Bitcoin, whatever. It can fall for whatever reason, or a football game. You can, it could be that 1% football game that there's an overtime. But personally, that's a big thing, and with me, that I found that I'm doubling and tripling my investment every weekend with Bovada.com. They've basically, the key with them is just finding good prop bets. Like I said, just I don't look at the who's favored to win, because any team can have a bad game, but to me, if you just look at the numbers, what are the odds of, just play the odds in your favor. I think the first bet I took today was on the Vikings game, and I bet that there will not be a safety in the football game. Well, there's a safety in one out of every 14 football games. So I've got a 7% chance of there being a safety today. If you're going to gamble, never gamble, in options or gambling period. Never gamble where the odds are against you. To me, that doesn't make any sense. If you don't have over a 90% chance of winning, why are you risking, an entire investment? It makes no sense to me. I'm a big, Miami Hurricanes fan and Alabama football fan, but at the same time, I'm not, even though they might be favored by 3 touchdowns, I'm not going to bet on them. I'm a fan, and that's another rule. You shouldn't bet on your own team, but that's another story. But same thing, whether it's options or anything. I know a lot of people take risky options to try to make a lot of money out there. Personally, I'd rather take a high percentage win. You give me something, I'm gonna win 99 times out of 100, and I'll keep doing that all day, and I'll keep making my money. I'll compound, because of compound interest. At the end of the day, I've doubled my money, You know, I might have to bet $100 to win $5 or $6. But guess what? I do that all day long. I've doubled my money. And you know what? I've only took a 1% risk on each game. Well, hopefully that'll help you all, and or give you all something to think about this week. As far as making money, whether it's no matter what you're into, whether it's stocks, cryptocurrencies, or gambling. Whatever it is, however you're making your money, just my personal opinion, my message this week is just try to take profits. Especially Christmas is coming up. We all got loved ones we want to buy Christmas presents for. Well, anyways, I hope everyone's had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and hope everyone has a very profitable month to come in December. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below, and I will be more than happy to answer them. Thanks.